Okay, this is interpretation practice only. So it's just writing hypotheses and interpreting. That's all you have to do. So it's just to help you figure out what you're supposed to say and when. Um, so we have what we're going to do. Part A asks you to write the hypotheses. Part B tells you you've run the test and what your decision is, and then how do you interpret it. So, write for this first part here, we need the claim. Okay, so we've got Joan McKee is a substitute teacher for several large school districts in Northern California. She's been unable to get a full-time teaching status because the districts are not planning to add more classes. Officials in these districts claim that the average class size is 32 students. She does not feel this is true and wants to test the claim at the 5% significance level. So she wants to test their claim, which is that the average class size, the average is 32. So to write our hypotheses, equal to goes with HO. That's our claim. H1 then, the opposite of equal to is not equal to. And we're interpreting these, so we write reject and support. That's our little keywords onto what to say. You've run the test and your decision is to reject HO. If you reject HO, we cross it out and circle H1. And we look here to interpret it. Our claim is next to the word reject. We have to use the word reject. So we've got a big X through it. So we say there is enough evidence to reject the claim. If you want to say to reject the district's claim, that's fine. Most books will refer it back to the problem, like I said before, but I think I said that before. Most of them will say to reject the district's claim that the average class size is 32, but I'm more interested in is if you have said there is or is not, and you've used either reject or support correctly. So that's fine for me. For number 2, a national chain of fast food restaurants claims that the mean pay rate for its hourly employees is $5.85. So we got another equal to. So it goes with HO, our null hypothesis, since it's an equal to. The opposite of equal to is not equal to. And this is our claim. Still write reject and support. It says you've run the test and your decision is to fail to reject HO. So we fail to reject it, which means we don't cross it out. And how do you interpret? We have to use the word reject again. We've got it circled, means we haven't rejected it. So we would say there is not enough evidence. To reject the claim. For number 3, the mean grade point average of the student body at Vols University is reported to be 2.83. The student feels that the mean GPA is actually greater than this, and they run an hypothesis test at the significance level of 1% in an effort to support their claim. So their claim is that the mean GPA is actually greater than what's reported. So it's greater than 2.83. So for a strict inequality, there's no equal to any in there. It goes with H1, the alternative hypothesis. So the opposite of greater than is less than or equal to. It tells you you've run it and your decision is to reject HO. So we cross it out and circle H1. Our claim is next to support, so I have to use the word support. If I've got it circled, I am supporting it. So there is enough evidence to support the claim. For the last one here, Department of Motor Vehicles in a large eastern state claims that less than 35% of vehicles in the state have faulty emissions controls. A Council of Automobile Mechanics feels that that records of automobile repairs by members indicate that the percent is actually greater than the one reported. The council tests the claim made by the DMV. So this one you have to make sure you know which one's actually what claim you're testing, because they feel one way and the state claims another. So the council tests the claim made by the DMV. So the claim made by the DMV is that, we're talking about percentages, so we're going to do P is less than 35% or 0.35. So for that one, you have to make sure you pay attention to which claim you're testing. So strict inequality, again, goes with your alternative, H1. Opposite of less than is greater than or equal to. We still do reject and support. You've run the test and your decision is fail to reject. HO, so if we fail to reject it, we don't cross it out. We cross out the other one. We circle HO and cross out H1. We interpret it. We have to use the word support. We've got it crossed out, means we're not supporting it, so we say there is not enough evidence to support the claim. It looks like a D, but should be a CL. It's hard to write on the bottom here. So there's not enough evidence to support the claim. So basically this sheet gives you all four possibilities of what you're going to say when you interpret. So it shows you each one. So when you're doing the homework, you'll be able to match which one yours matches up to, and you'll know what sentence to use.